Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday, June 26th, 2022. Took a shower and I'm letting my hair drip dry. It's pretty humid today. We had a nice thunderstorm last night here. So I'm going to read out of my Walk with Faith, this cute little devotion I bought years ago. The one thing I want from God, the thing I seek most of all, is the privilege of living in His presence every day of my life. Psalm 27, verse 4. And to be honest, that is how I live every day since I completely surrendered to Him. I no longer worry about anything, to be honest. It's a great spot to be in, to be honest. I live in obedience to Him, and I ask His permission to do things. And if I immediately get a roadblock, I stop what I'm doing immediately and switch gears. I would suggest you do the same, because once you hit roadblocks, you're going to hit multiple ones until usually the end result is not always what you anticipated. That's from years of studying people, honestly, on my own, truly. It's amazing when you watch people's behaviors throughout life. It tells a story. Always has. And I wrote a huge thing, and I kept, every time I got a new thought, I'd put the little thought emoji, and I realized at any given time, I'm constantly thinking about three different, they could be interrelated or not related at all, but my mind is always constantly going three different directions, constantly. And I have to focus on one of them. And when you're mindful of that, it's a game changer. And there's been times where I felt disciplined from Him because He's wanting me to watch some documentary to give me more messages to convey to the rest of the world, and I'm veering off in a different direction, and I'm supposed to attentively focus on that. So literally, it's like, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to. Got it. I'm back in action. I'm focusing. So to get somebody like me, to get somebody like me to focus like that, is pretty amazing. And I'm doing it on my own with His guidance, not with drugs. Even though when I take THC, it heightens my awareness. I'm not taking it to get stoned. The need is for me to be pain-free. There's a big difference. People smoke the dope all the time just to get stoned and enjoy life. I guess that's one way to do it, but why not take that experience, that experience to a whole different dimension, like I've done. I had no idea my brain could expand as much as it has in this last year plus that I've been in the Florida Keys. The awakening I've had in my brain alone is unbelievable. And I'm loving it, because for me, somebody that is a critical thinker all day long, you thrive in an environment like the Florida Keys. Because the biggest I don't want to say accomplishment, the biggest hurdle is getting past all the outside noise. And the further north you get, the louder it gets in the world with traffic, the darkness. But down here, the traffic's far enough away that you don't hear it. It's unbelievable. You rarely hear sirens. You rarely hear, I think I've had at least maybe one now, since I've been doing the videos, a siren in the background. But it's not common. It's more common on the bridges and in the lower keys, to be honest. So, talk about a place of healing. It's unreal to be in this position and feel this free and uninhibited, because I no longer conform to man's world. I turned off the idiot box in 2011 with all the outside nonsense and tried to convince others to do the same, because I saw the poison that it was and how polluting it was to people's minds. Just like Roe versus Wade, you know, what part of this, you know, for the longest time, I believed that, you know, we all are in control of our bodies. But when there's another body within us, when do they get rights? This is protecting their rights. Irregardless of what happens, it was a good decision. And to think that anybody could say anything negative about that decision, I'll never understand. I'll never understand. This decision is meant to protect the children and their unborn lives and their future. And if you can't see that, you need to really look deep into it. Last night I started reading the findings, and it's over 200 pages. And I got up to page 4, and then it was time for bed. My brain had finally had enough reading it, because I didn't realize the extent of it. So it's going to be very interesting for me to discover the rest of it. But it's definitely worth the read if you want to be in the know. Factual evidence from a court of law with the actual real life, what transpired, what it's about, what it entails, and everything in it. So, and again, what is it, 13 weeks? What was it, the 13 weeks? It's like, I think it was 13 weeks. I was like, what the flip? I can't even imagine. That baby is big at 13 weeks. I mean, inside you. I mean, to me, it would be big. I mean, puppies are born less than a quarter of a pound. Some of them, the little ones. I mean, my Rotties were anywhere from a half a pound to a pound and a half for the big ones. So, you know, think about an unborn fetus. It has rights. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. And that's something that is hard for people to digest, apparently. So I just felt the need to share that little tidbit this morning. And of course my brain, I was up from, I'd fallen asleep for about an hour or so, and then woke up at 12:54 and was up until almost 5 o'clock writing on multiple subjects because I didn't want, in the event of my descent to heaven, I didn't want any of my life to be misconstrued. I wanted it in my own writing on my phone. I have tons of writings in books, but that's something that I keep having multiple revelations that I feel the need to share with everyone, because I think that they would help anyone with their journey towards him. I uploaded a full video of the Healing Garden that you can also, if you are you subscribe to the free Tubi channel, you don't have to pay anything, you don't have to put a credit card, nothing. You can watch it there. There's another movie called God's Compass. I would recommend sitting down with the family with Thanksgiving and having a movie day and start with the Healing Garden. And if you've got children, I can guarantee you when you're done with that movie, they're going to want to plant a garden. Guaranteed. There is not a kid out there I can't even imagine that would not want to plant a garden after watching that movie. Now, I will preface this with it's got some corny parts, but if you can get past the corny, look past the corny. Look at the message. The corny disappears, and you just enjoy it. You enjoy it for the message that it is. To bury your worries in the dirt. And why I don't want to keep talking about it because I'll give too much of it away, and I don't want to. I want you to enjoy it with your family. So I hope you take my advice, and I hope you report back and let me know what you thought about the movie and if you enjoyed it or not. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and literally tears of joy watching it. So get out your tissues because you're more than likely going to need them. And it'd be a great place to start if you've never talked to your children about God. It's a great place to start. Why not start today on Sunday? It's a day of rest where we're not supposed to be working. We're supposed to be enjoying family life. Although we're supposed to be doing that every day, not just on Sunday. And that's where man got it wrong. God should be celebrated every day. Christmas is every day of 365 days a year. And for me to have a devotion booklet called 365 Gifts, well, you know what? That just tells a story. And I'm going to go grab it right now and add it to this one. So hold that thought. Poetic Justice. It's entitled Listening. 177 is the number in my book. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Matthew 11, verse 15. Shh. Can you hear it? Lean in close. She's laughing. He's coughing. Horns are honking. Utensils are scraping against plates. Shoes are clacking across floors. All around you, noises abound every minute of every day. There's something to be heard, even if it's just the sound of your heart beating in your chest. That's why I love paradise, because I have peace here and quiet constantly. And I need it. Because of my life before, being a tax collector, I had none of this. Are you a listener? Do you home in on what's going on around you? I wrote about that last night, about listening when I went out to dinner at different conversations, and would always hone in on one that was really important to learn, and I could add to it, and I'd go introduce myself to the people and excuse myself from my table and hope I wasn't intruding, but say, hey, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I heard the conversation, and could I ask you a couple questions about it? And it was amazing how I'd instantly make friends. Listening is a gift, particularly when it comes to listening closely as a friend shares her heart. Are you paying attention, or are you distracted by incoming text messages? Turn that off. Do you really hear what she's saying? Or have you checked out? Oh, I see people do that all the time, zoning out. And I'm like, you want me to listen to your story, but you don't want to listen to mine? Are you kidding me? Wow, okay. Today, make up your mind to be a good listener. Give your friends and loved ones the gift of your undivided attention when they speak. You might just need the gift returned to you at some point in the future, so listen up. Lord, I want to be a good listener, but so often my thoughts stray. I'm there in body, but not in spirit. I've already checked out. Today, tune my ears to hear, to really hear what others are saying. I want to offer the gift of listening to all who need an ear, Father. Help me, I pray, in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned. I've got more coming up. Check out the movie. You won't be disappointed. And if, as a third one, you could always watch War Room. That's always a good one. So those are my three recommendations for today. And I can see we're going to have some rain. It's cloudy. We've had a little bit of sun already, so we got some clouds rolling in. So that's okay. It's just going to make everything flourish. And Kathleen Gilmore, I planted a pumpkin seed in your honor today, just so you know. So we'll see how that develops. Stay tuned. Love to all bunches and bunches.